So for this week's video we're going to build a new and improved version of the old saw bench. It flares out at the bottom to give more stability. It has a bigger little base at the bottom to hold stuff, and it has kind of a little secret compartment up here to keep everything dust free. So let's get into this build, guys. So after I built my own little saw bench, I realised a lot of things were wrong with it quite fast. Now don't get me wrong, I like the little thing, but it's just too wobbly and too light, and there's a lot of things that have been changed, and this shelf could have been done better. My dad actually built his own, and I'd say I really like this design. He used a good wide top, which was nice. I really liked the way it was a bit simpler, like there was less joinery, but it was nice, and he did the curved bottom, so he actually used just two pieces of wood and then just could screw or nail pieces around that to make a little tote, and I have to say it was a really nice design. I really like that. So mine is going to be similar enough to this today, except I'm going to flare out kind of the bottom to give a wider base, because again, as he said, it's just a bit too wobbly for his liking, because he says he likes to use it as a step ladder as well. So that's what I'm going to do today. So we're going to do a third saw bench and improve on both of these greatly. So there's the dimensions for you for the side. So it's 230 at the bottom, which is the width for the top, and the length for the top is 600. It's 530 here for the height. I know that looks like a tree side, and it's 140 there at the top. So it's going to blend into this. So what I did was I put a nail just a bit away from the lines on your side here, and I just got a tin piece of scrap that I left over. This is pine, and if you're a tin taper, like if you're a taper kind of guy, you can just put it up like that, draw your line. But personally what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it kind of in the middle and bend it like that so it's kind of straight and leads down to the curve at the end, and then just draw my line and do this for either side. So that's how I went about making the shape. Once I have the side marked, I cut it with the bandsaw. I then cut it to size using a handsaw, and then trace this piece onto another piece of MDF where I can cut it out again. I clamped them both together, and then using a spoke shave, get all the curves nice and smooth. Here I'm just cutting an angle for the shelf that matches the kind of curve on the sides. You could do this using a table saw, or you could also do it just using a normal hand plane. Okay, so for each of the sides I just put 2 screws on and 4 nails. Pretty simple, you know, you could dowel it, you could do whatever you want, but personally I just thought this would be the best solution for me, so just do whatever you want. So I'm just going to attach this to, so I just put 2 stretchers going across the top. I'm just clamping some to glue any gaps in, but for this one I cut just a little notch, so I did just so that way it could fit this hinge, because I'm going to put a bottom here, so this way it's a nice little tool compartment. So I'm just going to attach the top to this now. So I put another 2 braces at the bottom just to give a little shelf. There's the hinge on the top, positioned it so it flops down right in the middle, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with it so far. So I hope you liked this week's project, guys. I have to say I'm pretty happy with myself. I think it looks really nice, simple. It's a lot more sturdy, so it is. It's just nice and flat on the ground on my workshop, and I have to say I was really happy with this little storage solution. I'm very happy, I have to say, just in total, and to be honest, I have to work with it to see if I change anything, but at the moment I can't really think of much I change with it, and I have to say I think it's a big improvement compared to this, so it is. So, but that's how you learn from doing projects. You just have to keep building things over and over again, you know, when you just get better and better and think through your designs a bit more. So I'm glad how well this turned out. So please comment, rate and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what changes you might make to this. So remember, a clean shop is a safe shop. Thanks for watching.